I've had an official letter from Porsche asking me to bring my GT3 RS back, so I've returned to the place where I got it from, Porsche Centre, Reading. This is not great news, as it was just over a year since I'd configured the car. Oh, that is a good colour. 9 months later, my 911 arrived, and the thrill of unboxing it was a dream come true.
So well.
Starting that 4-litre flat six for the first time will stay with me forever. However, I immediately made a few changes to the car on the recommendation of this man.
Brighter silver decal, I would suggest doing that, but with gold it looks great as well.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get the official OE gold stickers in time for my PPF fit, so Onyx Automotive made some temporary ones. Whoa! Yes! But while I like the stickers, not everyone did.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah, of course.
No.
Believe it or not, I haven't revved the 3RS any further than 7,000 RPM, and already it's on a ramp. Still, this allowed me to see a new side to the car. This is really cool. You can see the aero here, the fins, which are part of the rear diffuser, the completely flat underside. There's ducts here which feed down to the brakes, and this one has feathers on it because I accidentally drove over a dead bird that was lying in the road the other day. Wow. Look, there's more fins here directing the airflow. These fins have a few scuffs on, but it doesn't matter because you can remove them. More cooling for the brake ducts here. Look, just in there, feeding air into the front brakes. And this is particularly cool. Because this is the Visac pack car, you get a carbon fibre anti-roll bar. But enough fanboying, let's get back to that letter. The reason I bought the car back to Porsche Centre Reading isn't because I only had it on loan or they don't think I'm worthy of such a fine machine. It's because it's subject to something called a safety recall. Approximately 2.4 million cars are recalled annually in the UK due to various safety concerns. These recalls are issued when manufacturers identify defects that could pose risks to drivers and passengers, requiring vehicle owners to return their cars for free repairs. Before we work on fixing the problem with this car that has caused it to be subject to a safety recall, I thought I'd get something else done. You see, I received another letter from Porsche saying that they've changed the oil specification for the GT3 RS. Also, I wanted to do an oil change before I revved it all the way to 9,000 RPM. So I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone and get an oil service, even though it's only done about 1,200 miles. And I also thought that while having the oil service done, I should use one of these. That little pot could reveal something nasty about my car. But first, technician Pete needs to remove the under tray to get access to the engine and the sump plug. And this revealed a common problem with Porsche GT cars. Blimey, Pete. There's a lot of gravel in here, isn't there?
Yeah, it does pick up quite a lot off the road and it's quite difficult for it to escape or get out. I've seen them before, like quite full, sort of, you know, really all these channels will be full of gravel and dirt and mud. It's a good idea to get these obviously cleaned out every now and again.
Pete put the under tray aside and cracked on with the oil change. He drained the sump and took 2 samples for me mid-flow, which, as we all know, guys, can be a bit messy. So I've got these 2 samples. I'm going to send them off to a laboratory for analysis, and we'll find out if there are any weird metals or impurities in this later on in the video. But on first inspection, Pete, what does the oil look like in terms of the quality?
Yeah, it looks pretty clean. There's no shiny metal or sort of metallic material in there or anything like that, so it looks pretty good.
Pete then drained the remaining oil from the dry sump, which is designed to prevent oil starvation at high cornering speeds. Finally, he removed the oil filter, which he then checked over. So how does it look?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's no like metallic elements or anything anywhere.
This is a bit weird though. Normally, oil filters are paper. This is like metal.
Yeah, so it's a metal filter on these GT vehicles. The rest of the Porsche range do run the paper type filter, but all the GT cars have the metal style filters on them.
Which I imagine are more expensive, like the cars themselves. Pete cleaned all the dirt off the under tray and of course the bits of dead bird, and then refitted it. Whenever a car's up in the air, I always have the urge to do this. And what I can't believe with this one is just how free and loose and smooth the wheel is to turn. You can move them on other cars, but they don't seem to just be so free as this. Oh, this is weird. With the car lowered down, you can see how well the wheels just fill the arches. But now we need to make sure that the car is correctly filled with oil. But why has the specification changed?
So exactly the same weight, same grade oil you'll be putting in usually. These cars now run a particulate filter as well as a catalytic converter. This oil's got a low ash content so it doesn't block up the filter and regenerate properly.
It's always to do with emissions, isn't it? This car takes up to 7 litres of oil, which is quite a lot. But it's not as simple as just whacking in that amount, because extra care is required when filling a GT car with oil.
We'll fill the oil level to about 75%. They say the change will be anywhere between 4.1 and 7 litres, depending on how hot the car was, drain times, etc. But we probably drained it for quite a while, so it should be around 6 litre mark. But what we do is we fill it to 75%, because what happens with track use and stuff, with really, really hot temperatures, oil obviously expands and couldn't actually go up to the max line. But if you go up to the max line and then obviously get it hot, it will go above that, because the distance between min and max is about sort of 0.75 of a litre. If you're bang on max in it and with expansion and it goes just above it, it'll put a warning on the dash, you know, it'll tell you the engine's overfilled and you'll have to drain a bit out of it.
After the first fill, Pete ran the car to get the oil circulated and heated to over 85 degrees centigrade. Then he added increments to get it to just under 75% full, though he didn't bargain on an idiot wanting to help out.
I hope I don't overfill it. Whoops.
To make sure I didn't cock things up, Pete needed to take the car for a test drive. But before we check the oil level is okay, let's first tackle the main reason the car was called back to Porsche.
So then, Pete, what's the issue?
There's a problem with the airbag control unit to do with the side impact airbags in the seats.
Essentially, there is a risk that the inbuilt side airbag may unnecessarily trigger in an accident, which obviously isn't ideal. A quick flash of the ECU and everything was fine, or so I thought, as later in this video you'll see how I received another safety recall for a different potential fault which could require a lot more work to fix. Now before we find out exactly what that is, if you'd like to be able to diagnose faults on your car yourself at home, you can do it with the Carly OBD scanner. So I'm sat in my old Porsche Boxster and it's got a check engine light on the dash, which could be very worrying because these cars are known to suffer from certain serious problems. However, it sounds like my exhaust is blowing, and I think that has caused the check engine light, but I'm going to find out for sure using my Carly. So I'm just going to plug it in. There we go. Then I'm going to connect it to my phone using the Carly app, and then I'm going to search for faults. There we go. Yes, we've got some faults, some serious faults. Let's find out what they are. Oh yes, I was right actually. They're to do with the exhaust. Now, one of the great things about Carly is that it's got something called Smart Mechanic, which if you're not an expert like I'm not, you can actually go through their step-by-step procedure to diagnose the faults and then find out how you should fix them. Really, really useful that feature is. I'm not actually going to fix this now because I basically need a new exhaust, but what I am going to do is clear the fault code because I just don't want to look at it. It'll probably come back again after a few miles of driving, but I'm just going to clear it off anyway for now. There you go, it's clear. Now, if you'd like to get yourself a Carly, then just follow the link in the description of this video or the pinned comment and use the code MATT15 for 15% off. If you'd like to do that right away though, what you can do is just follow the pop-out banner, just click the link on the pop-out banner or scan the QR code appearing on the screen right now with your phone and it'll take you directly there. And don't forget to use the code MATT15. Let's get back to the video because I want to show you something that's always been wrong with my Porsche 911 GT3 RS since I bought it.
I've always wanted to drive the car with the racing harnesses just to get in the spirit of things, even though I haven't been on track. However, I've never worn them once because they're sort of set up for either very fat people, Pete, or I reckon I could fit you in here as well.
Probably, yeah, take me as a passenger.
Could you do me a favour and set them up because it's a bit of a faff and I haven't been bothered to do it.
Yep, no problem.
I'd struggled to adjust the harnesses myself because the mounting points are fiddly to access with the cage and bucket seats, but Pete had clearly done this before.
Yeah, it's a good fit. I'm definitely driving it home like this.
Once Pete had done the other harness, he then took the car for a test drive to check the oil.
A few moments later.
That is not mine. I thought that was mine. It's not mine. This is interesting though. Does it look better with the black stickers or the gold? Oh, it's RMA Track Days, that is. I know the guy who owns that. Can I come on one of your track days again? Spa last year was wicked. Here's mine. I didn't overfill it, did I?
No, I don't think so. I'm just going to check now. So it will just give us 2 minutes and we'll find out.
The 2 minutes countdown lasted forever. Hopefully I hadn't overfilled it. Anyway, ever wish you hadn't got involved?
Is it all right?
Perfect, spot on.
Whew. Now there is one last thing I need to do. I have got to replace this sticker here with this one to show the new spec oil. Don't leave residue. Right, and then get this out of here. I want it nice and level. There we go, it's official. I am now a Porsche tech. Let's get this back on and do the hardest bit.
So today we've carried out the oil change service. The parts we've changed, obviously oil and filter change, and these are the updates we've done on the car. That's your total for 55.26.
And obviously for the recall work, that's all.
That's all, and Porsche pay for that.
I've got a feeling this is going to be one of the smallest bills on this car. And it's yet still quite sizable.
I got the all-important service stamps in the car's book to say that the work had been done. However, it's going to be interesting to see the result of the oil analysis a bit later on in this video. But now, with the oil change done, I was happy to rev the car all the way to 9. First of all, I want to see if I did the right thing with my stealth PPF and stickers from the man who sold me the car in the first place.
So then, Harry, I'm a little bit nervous. What do you think of what I've done to this car in terms of the matte PPF, the gold stickers and
stickers on the wing?
And painted?
And painted. Well, when you first told me, I was a little bit skeptical, but I think in person, I think it looks great.
I was going to go for like C3 PPF, but I went for the matte.
I think the matte looks great.
What about the gold stickers? Because they've been quite controversial.
I think the idea and the concept of stickers is great, but colour-wise, do they match the wheels or are they a little bit?
So they're not the official ones. I couldn't get those in time. As you know, they're a little bit off.
But do have something for you. The official stickers from Germany.
So here we are. They're in here, right?
They are under here, all packaged up.
They've come from Germany. It says Nickington. What does that mean?
Upside down, it's very difficult to read, but...
Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to take the car away, we're going to get these new stickers applied and see what it looks like afterwards with these new official stickers. Thanks very much, Harry.
No worries.
I'm off to Onyx Automotive to get my new stickers fitted. Can't wait to see what they look like. Filling the parks, I've got my racing harness on. Shall we do the thing? Whoa! That was it! The full 9000. What an amazing engine. Love it. There's going to be plenty more of where that came from. So I've arrived at Onyx Automotive and I just want to show you a problem that I've had with my car. So obviously I've needed to carry the stickers here. It's been a little bit of a squeeze trying to get them in because of the roll cage and the fact that you can't fold these seats down here in the front or move them very much, but managed just to get them in, and hopefully I haven't bent any of the stickers, but we shall find out in a moment. We've got Harry, who fitted the PPF to my car, is now inspecting the stickers, making sure that they're okay. Bit of a crease there. Can you get that crease out?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
They are official, but not official, so you can't get this colour.
No.
But the guys from Germany got them for me. We've ripped off some of the old stickers. That's what they look like. Let's just compare the colour to the new stickers. It's quite different. That's a lot more goldy than this one. In some ways and in some lights, and especially on camera, these looked quite yellowish and mustardy on the car, but here they don't. They're very, very gold. I'm not sure I'm going to like these stickers as much. I'm a bit nervous, but we're sort of committed now.
I was worried that removing the stickers would lift the PPF, but hot water softens their adhesive, and it's surprising how well stuck down the PPF actually is.
I'm going to have a little go at removing the decal. Success.
I decided to let the pros do the rest, but then I had a change of heart.
So we've got all the stickers off, but I've had a bit of a thought. I sort of like it without the decals. This car doesn't actually need decals because you know exactly what it is because of all the air vents. So I'm thinking if I don't like the new stickers, I will probably take them off and just leave one sticker set on, the Porsche on the rear wing, because I absolutely adore that. What do you think though? Just go no stickers? Sort of looks pretty awesome without them.
In the end, I decided to fit the new set as I could always remove them at a later date anyway. After all, I now knew how to remove the stickers myself, but there was a problem.
I think we've had a bit of a mix-up. You see, this colour here is a bit light. It's sort of silvery, whereas these, I'm pretty sure, are darker and are the correct gold that I want to match the wheels. I just don't know what to do now. Do I continue having them fitted? Do I just go with a stickerless car? I'm not sure what to do. We're hoping that the badge on the back is the right colour, that it's actually gold, not silver. Be gold. Be gold. Is it gold? Do you reckon it's going to be gold, Harry?
It's not going to be gold.
What do you reckon?
I reckon it'll be gold. I reckon it will.
I reckon it's got... Oh, it's silver.
Silver?
Oh, no.
Maybe that is the right colour, Matt?
It's a goldy silver though, isn't it? If they're all the same colour, I don't mind so much.
As we removed the covers, it was clear the stickers on the back part of the car were silver. They look good, and I'll be fine with that colour set all over my car. What wouldn't be fine though is if they didn't match the other stickers.
I'm pretty convinced that the decals down the side are a different colour to the one on the wing and the back of the car. Harry,
I'm not so sure.
you think they're going to be the same?
I think they're going to be the same. I think they're going to be different.
They're definitely going to be different.
They are so going to be different.
Sadly, I was right. The other stickers were the gold that I'd originally wanted. There must have been a mix-up at the factory because the stickers for the front part of the car were actually ordered and delivered a few weeks apart from those for the rear, and I'd foolishly not bothered to check them.
I've just got off the phone to Porsche and they've already ordered the new stickers for the rear wing and the back of the car. You know, mistakes happen, it's how you deal with them that matters. Anyway, it's all good content.
However, this gave me another dilemma because now I wasn't sure if I preferred the silver to the gold colour or just no stickers at all. Anyway, could you please help me make up my mind by commenting what you think would be best?
So then, Harry, job done. What do you think of the new stickers? Do you prefer them?
Half of it's gone absolutely amazingly. However, the other half, not so great. We've got a slight issue.
Yeah, do you prefer this new gold though?
So the new gold, yeah, 100%. The new silver, well, that does need some work. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. So we've got to wait for the new stickers to arrive. Also, I've got to wait for that oil analysis to come back. Hopefully, there's not a problem and a nasty surprise with that, like there has been with the stickers.
I'm actually glad Harry preferred the new gold stickers, but I also needed to seek approval from the chap who brutally criticised the last set of gold temporary stickers I had fitted to the car.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah, of course.
No.
What do you think of the new stickers then, Phil?
Much better.
So this is what I was supposed to have originally, but they didn't arrive in time. So we had to do those kind of temporary ones and they weren't able to match the colour exactly. Looks better though with this official colour.
100%. Done the car justice now. It looks more like a Porsche. And for me, like, that's obviously going to be better for a car that's obviously an investment for a lot of people. You know, you want to keep it OEM.
There is something that's a little bit wrong there. See if you can spot it. Something's not quite right.
This is a different colour.
That's not the colour it should have been. And look around here. Anything else?
Oh, this is a different colour and this is a different colour. So you got like an eclectic mix on the car of different colours.
Kind of like a Harlequin thing going on, but...
To be fair, I actually quite like the silver, but then obviously there's too many colours.
There's also something else that's wrong that I want to get your opinion on.
The number plate, 911T.
No, although that is wrong.
Go on then.
My windows start to make this weird sound when you put it down all the way. So for the last part of the travel, it does this.
Yeah, you can hear it. It's definitely, it's like this region here, isn't it?
It's like catching.
Hang on.
So I need to get that checked.
So I booked the car back in with Porsche Revving to get the car inspected for the odd window noise. A few days later, I received some correspondence about my car. Some of it was good news and some of it less good.
I've now had the report back for the analysis of the oil sample I had taken for this car. And the good news is everything is fine. Slightly high for boron, but when I asked them about this, they said it's probably just due to the additive in the oil. So that's all good. However, what's less good is that I've had another letter from Porsche. It's another safety recall, look. Only this one could be far more extensive and more worrying than the one about the airbag in the seats. And if there is a problem with my car, the fix could take a lot longer. I've got to take it back to Porsche Revving again. Right, I'm on my way to the dealership now to get my car checked. You see, this recall relates to the fact that certain GT3 RSs had their front and rear windows fitted in the factory with glue that was faulty, and there is a chance that the windows could fall out when you're driving, which is clearly a safety issue. The dealership are going to check my car and find out if it's one of the affected vehicles. If it is, it's going to have its front and rear windows refitted, and apparently that's quite a labour-intensive job. It can take up to 18 hours. While my car's in the dealership, I'm going to get this window and the noise looked at. There is some good news though. My new gold stickers for the spoiler and rear part of the car have arrived, so I'm going to get them fitted. However, there is a bit of a problem. You see, there's a shortage of that correct glue to bond the front and rear windscreens on the GT3 RS. It's on back order right across Europe, which means that if I take my car in there, they check it over, they find out that it does have the fault, they're going to keep the car until they get that glue so that they can do the work, because they can't release the car to me because it wouldn't be safe for me to be driving around with it and the windows could pop out. So I'm a little bit nervous about taking the car in there to find out if it has got this problem or not. Wish me luck. So I've got some good news. Turns out the part supply has been sorted, so the glue is available, though you still have to wait 7 days for it to come from Germany. So they're going to test my car. That's going to take about a day to do, and so they'll decide whether it needs that work done or not. The boys at the moment are busy fitting the stickers to the car. Yeah, I've got a cooked breakfast. So I'm going to eat this, I'm going to leave the car here, I'm going to go home, and we'll see whether it does need the fix or not later on.
2 weeks later.
I've left my GT3 RS at Porsche Revving for 2 weeks. So I'm back to collect it. and I'm about to find out if it's had to have a new windscreen fitted. I actually got the issue slightly wrong. So the recall does relate to the fact that certain cars will have had like weak bonding material fitting the windscreen in place, but there isn't a risk that the windscreen will suddenly just drop out when you're driving along. It's more to do with the fact of if you're involved in an accident and the airbags go off, they will bounce off the windscreen, and if the bonding glue isn't 100%, it could pop the windscreen out, which means that the airbags don't work properly because they bounce off the windscreen towards your face to protect you. So that's why the cars are getting recalled. To find out if your car has that issue, what Porsche actually do is use an air pump to create a positive pressure inside the cabin, then wipe around the windscreen edges with a soapy solution, and then provide a little bit of like pressure using clamps to pull the windscreen forward like that. And if you have weakened bonding, you'll get some tiny air gaps, which the air under pressure inside the cabin will come out of and then cause bubbles. That's how they spot if a car has the issue. So I'm going to find out if mine did. I'm also going to find out exactly what that weird noise was in the driver's side door. Wish me luck. I'm back in my GT3 RS and I've got some good news. It passed the windscreen test. It hasn't had to have a new one fitted. I'm very pleased about that. We've also got to the bottom of the weird noise. Turns out that this was inside the door. It's some backing plastic from having PPF fitted. This is what I think's happened. When they're doing the PPF, they have to take these seals off the door just so you can fit the PPF round. Maybe the fitter just left that on top of the roof, and gust of wind when they turn their back slides down and manages to get down that little gap by the window and the door. But, you know, I can't blame Onyx. I think they did a brilliant job of fitting the PPF, and accidents happen. You know, they actually offered to pay for the work to get it removed, but, you know, it's not really worth it. I can't be bothered because I'm so pleased with the work they've done and their customer service. Anyhow, I'm glad that's sorted. Now, there is one other thing that I had done at Porsche Centre Reading, and we'll check that out in a moment. Well, have a look at this. I've got the rear sticker set on the car, and they're the correct colour now. Look, gold. Look at this goldness. Gold down here as well, and on the wingtips. So it all ties in nicely, and then the proper OE colour set as well. I'm happy with that, but let's find out if this man's happy with it. Go on, Phil, what do you reckon?
Far more classy. It suits the car more. When you did them before, it looked like you stuck them on yourself. And they were like really...
Ginger, like your hair.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's strawberry blonde. I'm still not convinced on this this RS. This looks like a Focus RS here.
Oh.
I would remove that. So it was coming off a little bit there.
No, get your hand off it. Right, that's enough of that. We don't need to listen to you anymore, Phil.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm really pleased with this car. Got everything sorted on it. The recalls were all fine, which is good news. I've got plenty more content coming on this car, so make sure you subscribe to this channel, okay, and hit the bell icon to turn your notifications on. That way you won't miss my next upload with this car. If you want to watch some other videos, then just click on the video windows. Thanks for watching.